look, if there's people watching who are looking to invest on this service accommodation brand builder, or people are not sure about it, why would you say it's important for them to invest on it?
I think it's so important to kind of outsource certain responsibilities in the business, because you can't do it all yourself.
Welcome to my channel, guys. My name is Piers. I invest in service accommodation business. I've been helping loads of clients through my sourcing, my branding and consulting, where I help a lot of clients, and this is what the interview is all about, is to brand their property and their property business as service accommodation, and to make sure they perform well on OTAs, direct bookings and stuff. So I'm absolutely excited to share that later. And also I've got an online program, so if you're starting to get into service accommodation or Airbnb business, I'm going to leave a link down below, so please do go and check it out. So guys, I'm excited to share today's interview with Ashley. Ashley has just managed to get unit in 2 places just after the lockdown, the first lockdown ease, and decided to take both unit, got them all set up. And when he joined me, it's fair to say that he was very underperforming. He had hardly had any bookings come through on both the platform, and he quickly realized that he needed some support in branding and marketing his property. So I'm excited to share his journey, and from his own words, why he decided to invest in Brand Builder with me, and also the reason why he wanted to go from, relying on all OTAs where there's thousands of other competition, to build his own brand so that his competitions are being outbeaten when people are searching you directly. So absolutely excited, and you hope you guys enjoy this video.
I have got Ashley here, who is gonna, basically, he's been a client of mine for I think about 6 to 7 weeks now, and he's been a Brand Builder client of mine. So Ashley, welcome to this video.
Thank you.
And Cole, as always, I think we've just done a handover, and you've been a great client to work with. We've achieved a lot together. So listen, I want to tell people who's watching that, your situation. So first, when you joined us, what was your situation in terms of your brand as service accommodation? And yes, tell us more about yourself as well.
Yeah, so I got into service accommodation towards the end of last year, just like researching, going on courses. I had a great mentorship program that I was on as well. So I was ready to go this year to get my hands into service accommodation, get a couple of properties under my belt. Obviously during COVID, I had to kind of take a step back because of the situation. Was really, no one could predict what was happening. But towards the end of lockdown being eased, I decided to take on a couple of properties. One in Canary Wharf in London and one in Birmingham.
That's mental. Just to stop you there, you took property just after when the lockdown opened as well.
Yes.
Going for it.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, go on. So
yeah,
2 properties on.
Yeah. So I was. I applied all of my knowledge from what I'd learned, and to be fair, in Canary Wharf, I was getting quite a lot of bookings. A lot of them were like 1 or 2 night bookings, though nothing long term. But I was getting quite a few bookings. But in Birmingham, it was pretty much dead. I had about 1 or 2 bookings in like 2 months. So we was contemplating actually getting rid of that property, and maybe moving on to another area or maybe a bigger property. But our issue was we hadn't properly invested in like marketing and pushing our brand. So our brand was pretty much non-existent. So that's when I found you, and I thought, give it a go.
Yeah, absolutely. And so why did you, the main question for me is, why did you decide to invest in your service accommodation branding and marketing? Because there's so many people who follow me, watch videos, they're constantly asking me different questions on how do I get more bookings, how do I get direct bookings, or how do I get long-term bookings, which we've achieved for you in quite a few instances, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But yeah, why did you decide to invest? Why did you think it was the time for you to invest actually on your branding?
Yeah, well, like I said, it was getting a bit frustrating in terms of the Birmingham property in particular. So we was contemplating actually letting that one go, but we thought we haven't properly given it a chance in terms of marketing and stuff like that. So I think I had you on Facebook for quite a while, and I could see that you was getting results in terms of direct bookings and stuff like that. So I thought I need to kind of push that side of things and not rely solely on the OTAs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Can I ask you? Sometimes I get a lot of people saying, "Oh, I can do it. Go and do it myself." Why did you decide to say, "Actually, you know what? I'm quite good running my business, or I'm quite good securing property." Why did you say, "Okay, why should I go and hand it over to Piers to do and his team to do everything?" Is that something that you were already planning ahead, or why did you decide to kind of say outsource that thing that you decide you could have done it yourself? Potentially, that's what a lot of people say anyway. But you anyway. So what? Yeah. So what was the difference now? Why do you think it was better to invest with us?
Yeah, I think two things really. So in terms of specializing in stuff, I don't feel it's easy. It's definitely not easy to specialize in all aspects of business. So marketing, for example, definitely not my strong point. So finding someone that clearly has a clear plan in terms of marketing and branding and has done it for a long time in serviced accommodation was important for me. And then also the time factor. So I've obviously got a full-time job. I've got a little one as well. So having the time to look into marketing and find different strategies would have been taken forever.
Too much. Yeah, no, absolutely. So do you know what? Now I'm excited about, let's talk about the changes that we've achieved. So firstly, let's talk about the changes we've achieved in online presence of your brand. So how do you feel right now with what we've done so far for you? Literally in a few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely delighted. In terms of like when I researched myself on Google, you can see all the pictures of the properties, all of the listings that we have in different various places. That's all coming up now. And in terms of the actual presence on the OTAs, I think the actual listing itself looks a lot more professional than it did before. So I can see why guests would be more interested in it now than previously.
And I remember when I onboarded you, I remember your mother and yourself coming on call, and we looked at your brand, and literally there was like one listing about your company, and that was it. Like, you could hardly find who you were. They had no numbers, contact. You could literally, nobody would know who you are as a brand.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody types in your company from different angles, you are literally shouting out loud as a brand. And me and my team are very delighted to work for you. Now, talking about numbers, some of the things that you've been working with. So how much have you secured on bookings? So what's the biggest booking you've done so far?
I think the biggest booking is 2,500.
Yeah.
So that's a 6-week booking in Canary Wharf.
Okay. And let's talk about your Birmingham property. Is it performing now?
Yeah, so that's definitely it's picked up quite a lot. I've had quite a few longer term bookings, so like 4 nights or 7 nights. I've had a lot of inquiries in regards to long term stays as well, and I've got another one. I was
about to say you might as well drop it. So you're working on what lead? How long lead? Yeah,
I'm working on a 3-month lead. So I've actually had someone today who's had a look at the video of the property and said they're really interested in taking it on. So I'm going to speak to them over the weekend and hopefully
let's talk about, I think, if you realise, maybe about 6 weeks ago, did you ever get your phone ringing for long-term bookings?
No, never.
Now, let's be honest, you must have had at least more than 5 calls and inquiries through different various platforms that we've worked with. Direct bookings, and they're like proper direct long-term bookings, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Definitely.
Well, listen, Ashley, thank you so much for working with us. I really, really appreciate working with your brand. I'm absolutely excited for what's next for you. Obviously, we'll keep in touch. But look, if there's people watching who are looking to invest on this service accommodation brand builder, or people are not sure about it, why would you say it's important for them to invest on it? And why do you think it is the right time to invest right now for their branding side of service accommodation?
Yeah, I think firstly, I just want to say thank you and the team for all your help. It's been great. You've completely transformed our business, so I'm really happy with that. I think it's so important to kind of outsource certain responsibilities in the business, because you can't do it all yourself. Otherwise, you just end up digging a hole. I think now, especially because of COVID and stuff like that, so the OTAs aren't performing as well as they have been, from what I'm hearing from other people who have been in the business for a long time. So direct bookings are really important at the moment. And you and your team, you work really hard to kind of try and transform that and push our brands and stuff like that. So I think it's definitely the best time to do it.
Good, appreciate it. Look, Ashley, thank you so much for being in this interview. Look, we'll look forward to again checking you in probably a few minutes. I think about in 4 weeks' time we've got a follow-up call with you anyway. But look, we're excited for you and keep smashing.
Thank you so much for watching this client interview. I hope you enjoyed Ashley's journey. And like I said, with every single client interview I do, I get the joy of taking this customers from, not having a brand, hardly any brand presence. Like for example, with Ashley, we decided kind of revamping his kind of initial logo / the company name a little bit, in terms of to create a special brand for him. So I'm so excited that I was able to achieve great result for a client just in 4 weeks, and he's got an amazing future ahead of him, creating a business of service accommodation. Guys, if you like this video, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Please make sure you hit that like button, and I will be back with another video soon.